Good morning. Okay, so boys and bow ties. I was literally over the last few days enjoying a little bit of TikTok. I haven't had a chance to be under too much, but I've seen this trend in this weird advertising. I'm only going to name like two or three. Okay. Now, some of this made me hee haw a little bit because like it was funny to me. It was funny. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm the Black Opinionated Woman, also known as Above. And I talk about things that are entertaining to me. I don't think I have a major niche, although sometimes, depending on what's going on, I might talk about some niche like things or niche like things. But generally speaking, I'm just going to speak about what I want to speak about because I'm grown. Okay? I'm grown. So I don't have a big platform. I don't eat off of this channel. I just run my mouth. Okay? I'm a mouth runner. But anyway, I want to get back to the advertising. So I was just trying to basically. So I really was just trying to go to sleep, and so sometimes I'll get on so they can kind of put me in a good place, and then I fall asleep. And I did something different. So I got on this morning, and I was making my coffee, and I can't even make this up. This man gets on there, and long story short, he's like, "You like Pop Tarts?" So he's basically like, "Well, I've got the Pop Tart for you," but it's not a Pop Tart. It's a Bop Tart. I was like, "What? What? Bop Tarts? Bop, B.O.P. Black owned pastries." Now, I was like, "Okay, that's an interesting name for a Pop Tart." But that's not even the name of the Pop Tart. He says this is a Pop Tart. That should have actually been the name of the product. You want to know what the name of the product was? Ghetto Gastry. Ghetto Gastry. Now, I can understand the gastry for like gastrointestinal because they were basically trying to advertise that it was non-GMO, plant-based. I think it's even gluten free. I can't remember. It basically, after all of that, like there's so many things wrong with the name ghetto gastrate, right? Now people are gonna try to come eat me up for using the word ghetto. Because I know we're trying to reclaim the word ghetto, just like people claim they reclaimed the word N bomb, right? They're like, well, does it have to mean what you I'm like, it means what it means. Like, come on, let's call it a thing. And so you can grow up in the ghetto, right? But people are not being intellectually honest if they don't admit that using the word ghetto has these undertones of something negative, unrefined, right? All these things. Now, you don't have to agree with me. And I know people are going to want to come for me, like, and you are allowed to have your opinion, but we're going to call a thing a thing because we typically don't use the word ghetto in a positive manner. So to name your product Ghetto Gastry, and now you're basically trying to say that I'm assuming for some gastrointestinal, like almost like it's good for your body, right? Most people, and I hate to say it, they're not thinking that deep about gastric. Um, so they're talking about non-GMO, plant-based, uh, gluten-free, or whatever it was. I can't remember all the advertising. So please do not charge the mind, not the heart. I'm trying to get it right. So it may not be exactly that, but the point I'm making was they were listening to all these things. And they're like, so all this stuff, and you're not sacrificing the taste. I'm like, bull, what? I'm like, this sounds disgusting. And then you name the box, the product, Ghetto Gastry. You're advertising that it's probably going to taste like cardboard. The pictures look fine, but I don't think the wrapping of the box, except like the coloring, it's too dark, right? So it doesn't make the product look advertising. Like the product doesn't really like pop off the box. So that means they had Day Day and Nook Nook advertise what the wrappings, the box packaging was gonna look like. And I know people are gonna try to eat me up for that, but I was like, who did you? But then instead of calling it bop a bop tart, and I guess they don't want to use a word that's going to be like a knockoff, but like a black owned pastry actually sounds better than Ghetto Gastro. The box packaging was tech. Oh my goodness! I gotta definitely make a thumbnail for this. I was like, what is happening? What? Who got out here on Jesus's internet and told these people to advertise Ghetto Gastries? And I was like, okay. I almost wanted to buy the product so that I could. I was I was confused. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know. Ghetto Gastries. So I just wanted to put that out there. Next, I want to move on. So I didn't know that Fenty Beauty had uh, shampoo, conditioner, this, that, and the other, like body creams, all sort of stuff, right? I thought that they were more for makeup, but I guess they have expanded into like beauty and hair care, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, when I say beauty, let me rephrase that. I thought they had expanded in, I thought they were primarily makeup, but apparently they have like skincare, I think. Anyway, they have like body care and hair care. So, I have no issues with it. The product looks nice as far as the packaging and everything. It's clean. I like the product as far as how it looks from what I'm seeing online. But Fenty Beauty, if I remember, is a Rihanna business, a black-owned business supposedly. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. And when you're advertising Fenty Beauty, like the hair care stuff, most of the people I see that she's got advertising, and that could just be what came up in my timeline, didn't look like me. But clearly they know I'm a black woman, so there's certain things that get marketed to me. Edge control, all these other things, right? Like there's just certain things that gets marketed to me. But I just thought it was interesting that Fenty Beauty products, as far as I know, they're being marketed to me. Most of the people don't look like me. So I'm not seeing what this product looks like on hair that looks like mine. I see other people marketing these products. Now, a lot of it's skincare type stuff too, like, lotion or whatever, like, right? But even still, it's not that I don't want people who don't look like me advertising certain things, but there are certain things that people who look like me, we use. We want our skin to feel right, because a lot of people who don't look like me are not big into lotions or body creams or whatever. So I can't trust what they're saying as far as how their skin is going to feel, right? I trust people who look like me because there's certain things that we like on our body, the way we want them to smell, the way we want it to feel, how we want it to lock in moisture. So it doesn't make that these are bad people, but I'm like, why would you put them in front of me? Different experience. We have different skin tones, and then when you try to advertise hair stuff, I'm like, why are you? I think I saw one black woman trying to advertise the hair care products, but I don't remember her actually using it on her hair because she had like, I think like a wig on or something. I'm like, I know you don't get to come on with I think she had a wig on or something with a wig and tell me that you're going to wash your hair underneath. I was confused. I was like, if you're going to come on and sell hair care products, you got to show me on your hair, or at least show a before and after on your hair. You can't come on there with a wig talking about you should get this product. I don't understand what is happening right now out here in these streets and who is in charge of the advertising dollars. We already know Ghetto Gastro's got Day Day and nothing because everything about the way it was advertised was like a hot mess. But at least they got their product out there in front of people. They chose to put it out there on TikTok, and I'm sure they're going to get some purchases. I'm tempted to buy it just because to see if it tastes like cardboard and be a supporter. But yeah, I feel like I need to have a conversation with Rihanna because I'm like, Rihanna, I'm like, no, you are not being messy. Like, you're playing in my face. And I get it. You want those. those other like advertising dollars, and I get it. But if you're trying to get those dollars from me, I've got 4 children, we need to, I need a cut for the United Negro Bow Fund, right? Because I got kids, I got to go to school, you know. Look, y'all, can y'all just do right by me? Between the Ghetto Gastries, which it should have, a better name would have been a Pop Tart, even though it would have been a knockoff from Pop Tart, Ghetto Gastry, and then you're basically telling me you're taking all the stuff that makes something taste good out, and then you're telling me you haven't sacrificed the taste. I don't believe that. At least make the packaging attractive. The last product I want to talk about is, I think it's called Goode, Goode. And I'm assuming it's from the last name of the family. It's a plant, apparently like a black owned farm or something. But anyway, they sell these canned goods. I think they said that they're in like Target, some other places. And to me, I get it because it's a family owned business. But, and I know they want to keep their name on the brand, but something about having the name Good on a canned product. And I know that they've been around for a minute, but it just doesn't quite resonate for me. Like, I can see if they gave it a name, and then on the bottom is like a good family product or something like that, right? But the name of the product should be, I don't know, consume. I don't know. I just made that up off the top of my head. I just, something about come get your canned goods. Shop black owned products. Come get your canned goods. We don't tend to keep a ton of canned goods in our house. Those are like emergency things, and they end up going bad, and we end up tossing them anyway, right? Like, I do keep things like dry beans and stuff like that because I'll cook with them. I'll throw them in a crock pot, throw some smoked meat in there, cut up some onion, salt, pepper, some other, seasoning. And then depending on what I'm in the mood for, may chop up some potato, maybe make some rice on the side, add I don't know, whatever. There's things you can do. To put some beans in there. Did I say beans already? Yeah. But I was like, it's like Goode, if I remember correctly. Now, I've seen that a few times being advertised to me, but there's something about telling me, come get your vegetables out of a can. I'm like, my first thought on healthy eating is the fresh vegetables or even frozen, not canned. I'm like, who does that? Like, I understand if you don't have space or storage and you got to cook for a lot of people, stuff like that. But typically, when you have these things that are canned, from my understanding, you got to put stuff in it to like preserve the product. You got to preserve the product in the can. So to advertise the good, the good cans of whatever, I was just kind of like, I'm confused. I'm like, no. Now, it could just be that I was just overthinking some things. I know oftentimes as Americans we tend to not think about anything. But I'm just saying, I was like, what is happening? And why are they advertising that to me? Because the one thing I'm not gonna do is go out of my way to support some preserved beans and corn. I don't do that with the stuff that I can get readily here. We The only things that we typically buy that's in some sort of jar would be like spaghetti sauce, um, crushed tomatoes if we're using it for like a chili or something like I don't know. When's the last time I've used beans? I mean, canned beans. Every once in a while, no, I take that back. My husband a lot of times will go get some canned beans sometimes if he's trying to do a quick chili or something like that. But like we just don't buy canned goods. So between the good family trying to sell us some preserved beans, my assumption, um, Rihanna's trying to sell like skincare, hair care to me with people who don't look like me, don't have my hair texture or skin type, right? and typically don't use like a lot of lotions and stuff for their body. I do. And then the ghetto gastries, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm at the point where I am intrigued to see what's going to start being advertised soon for Christmas, because I'm like, if you can put that out there, I'm like, look, somebody can hire me. Hire me. I will quit my day job, and all I have to do is come up with better ideas and promotional ways of getting in front of people than what I've seen. I do know if I want to sell a product to someone who looks like me for hair or something like that, I know I don't need to show up in a wig. Or if I should have somebody who looks like me show up in front of me, right? When you're talking about anything with skincare, hair care, beauty, you there's not one person who doesn't look like me that I want to see advertised, because it doesn't match. We don't have the same skin tone. Let me tell you who was smart. Now, I hate to put this out there like this. So Anastasia, I'm actually considering doing this. They're selling those skin, what do you call it? I'm calling it a skin roll. I can't remember the name. A skin bar or whatever you call it. So for those who don't want to use heavy foundation or anything like that, right? I don't typically wear makeup every day except for my lip gloss. No, I'm a lip girly. I have a lot of lip gloss, okay? I have a lot, but I use it constantly. I use either Fenty or NARS, and really my favorite is NARS, if I'm being honest. But Anastasia came out with this, I'm on a beauty bar, a skin bar, or whatever. And what I noticed was when she was whoever is advertising for Anastasia, I think it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, right? Anastasia is showing girls who look like me, like my skin tone, people who are darker, people who are white. She's showing everybody. She's got everybody out there like, yeah, you can go ahead and put this on your skin. And it's supposed to be lightweight and it really matches your skin. Did I order one? I think I might even ordered one. And I don't even wear, did I order one? I can't remember because, sometimes, the TikTok will get, because it was on TikTok when I saw it. But I was like, this beauty bar is everything. I should go get one because I'm thinking about how I need look at my eyes. Like, don't I look like a raccoon? Because I'm tired. So I'm like, if this works, I could put this on and have flawless skin now instead of looking like a flat out raccoon, right? It's an under eye lightener or concealer or whatever it is, so I don't look like I'm like perpetually sleepy. But she did it right. She has everybody out there. She ran them out. She was like, girls, I need you to put this powder on. I need all of you. I need all the shades. And I think my color's supposed to be, I was guessing based on what I saw. The one lady, I can't remember if she said she was 14 or 35 or something. And I think I either ordered a 14 or 12. I think I ordered it. I don't know if I actually submitted it. You know how you think you're going to do something, put it in your cart, and you don't buy it. I'm notorious for doing things like this. But I think she did it right. She showed everybody so that everybody, like, she showed them using the product. And the one black girl who was, I think she was closer to my skin tone, this particular one, she picked up two. She showed two. She showed it on her hand and she showed it on her face. So you could see the difference. And she said, look, this is what, I think it was like a 12 or 35. I can't remember. This is what this one looks like. And this is what the one that was a step down in color, like I'm sorry, step up. So the higher the number, the darker it is. So she was trying to figure out, she was trying to show the difference so that you could see, like, which one do you think would match? So she went up one number and it was a little bit darker. And I was like, I don't think that's your look. I'm out there like looking at it like that's not your color, honey. She was gonna go with the darker one, and I think she realized, no, this ain't it. Maybe this is the lighter one, right? Because she was showing the product. Which one looks the closest, like looked almost flawless. And I was like, I could appreciate her showing multiple on her skin. And she leaned in. It was like, look at this one and look at this one. But see, but Brianna was like playing in my face with this Fenty Beauty. The packaging is gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. And I want to try it, but it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. And I'm like, Rihanna, why is your shampoo and conditioner practically going to have me mortgage my house? What is up to weird advertising? You want to get people, and you know we're getting ready to go into a whole situation. People are complaining about jobs and this, that, and the other, and these chicks are out here charging all this money for some shampoo and conditioner. I'm like, are you even in like these boutique salons? Maybe she is. So you're charging boutique prices for shampoo and conditioner. So of course everyone's going, oh my goodness, my hair feels so great, my hair feels good. Everybody says that. I want to see you use it. I want to see you use it on your hair. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest about all this weird advertising. I was going to talk a little bit about football, but you know I'm not a professional. I just want to. Oh, let me just end with this. Y'all need to stop treating Caleb Williams like this over in Chicago. Homeboy is like getting laid out on the field. I don't know what's going on, but Chicago is a disaster. They ruined their quarterbacks. They ruined the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks go there to like basically just end their career immediately. They get their 3.5 cents and then they end their career. It's awful. It's just awful. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. And I don't want to speak too much about football because I'm tapped out talking about the advertising of these black owned products. Sans Anastasia. Because that bar, that little face bar thing or whatever that is, I may have to start getting that and wearing that. Cover these under eye like circles. Because I don't typically wear foundation. Just saying. First of all, unless I'm going out, like it's just too much. All that stuff on your face, like I am just not into all that. Right? But anyway, I got that off my chest. Don't come for me breaking down the whole ghetto word. I mean, I still love the ghetto. I don't go there often. No, there's too much drama in the ghetto. But you can't put that on your product. Ghetto gastry, remove all of the good stuff. But it still tastes good. I was like, everything about the way this was advertised was just so bad. The packaging was bad. The naming was bad. The way they went, the way the messaging, they should have been like, hey, we care about the health of the community or something, anything. You got to spin that differently. And then say, like, oh, we didn't sacrifice any of the taste. Anytime you say no gluten, no this, no that, you know it tastes like feet and cardboard. I'm just saying, feet and cardboard. All right. It's time for me to get off of here because I've been running my mouth and I'm not far from my destination. Look at my little hairpin today. Sorry, you could tell I didn't do my hair today. So this is what we're doing. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Leave a comment.